So then guys, we have the next Apple event and it's just around the corner, happening at around the end of March time, and it's looking to be a bright future. We've already had leaks in about this event and when it's going to be happening, like we've seen here from Mark Gurman. He is saying that most likely we're going to be getting an Apple event around about the end of March time. So to be honest, this is only about a month and a half away. But a lot of you are wondering what we're going to see at this event. Well, I can tell you now, most likely we're going to see some new MacBook Airs and we're also going to see some new iPads too. But just before we delve into all of those details, so then guys, just quickly, I want to talk about this amazing Chrome extension I'm using from Magical. And trust me, this is super magical. Look at this. Magical allows me to create templates of letters, notes, or even posts that I can paste into any of the forms or any emails that I'm creating. With LinkedIn, for example, like I've got Greg right here, what I can do is I can connect to him and just paste a template already created. I just have to put the shortcut in and there I go. Or for example, if I have TikTok and say I want to download everybody that I am following and see how many subscribers they've got and followers they've got, I can grab all that information and put it into a spreadsheet. Well, it's super easy. You can create multiple templates, multiple shortcuts, all inside Magical. And also the cool thing too, if you look at Gmail right here, you can even set up AI as well. So you can ask to create an email and then you can even save that template for later on. You don't even have to do all the messing around to make all the magical kind of templates. You can just use the AI feature built in to do it all for you. You can even scrape from 10 different tabs open in Chrome, or you can even paste into 10 different tabs too. It's awesome. For me, overall, I've saved around probably about 7 hours a week of extra effort of writing out emails and things like this, just using Magical and using the AI ability. It's been absolutely amazing. And you can check it out too right now. And the link is being displayed in my description. So do look at that right now and download Magical and make your life a lot easier. So then, moving on then, like I said, we're going to see new MacBooks and iPads at this event. Now, I think the iPads are going to be the star of the show. We'll talk about that in a little bit in a second. But let's talk about the MacBook Air first of all, what we're going to see there. We're most likely going to see an updated 15-inch and 13-inch MacBook Air. Don't expect any big design changes or anything like that. The biggest change is going to be the chipset inside of it. And this is going to be the update to the M3 chipset, got released at the end of 2023 in the likes of the MacBook Pro and also the iMac. There might be the possibility that we may see a new color to the MacBook Air range, but I don't think this is going to be happening personally because I think Apple are happy with the colors, what they've just introduced in the last 2 years and everything. But I don't expect anything else to be that much different. Probably the battery life is going to be the same, and also obviously the MacBook Air is going to be getting that new M3 chipset, and also it will probably still be only getting 8GB of RAM as the starter amount of RAM, because at the end of the day, this is the introduction MacBook out there, so don't expect any increases or change on anything like that for this model. And it's the same with the 15-inch MacBook Air too. We're expecting to basically get the same sort of chips that we're getting maybe inside the 13-inch. Maybe, having said that, the 13-inch may get a binned version of one of the cores, so we may get one less GPU core, 2 GPU cores less. Maybe this might be down to 8, because at the moment we get 10 GPU cores, so we might have an 8-core CPU and an 8-core GPU on the 13-inch as the base model, but the 15-inch model will get the full whack where it'll be the 10-core GPU and also the 8-core CPU inside of it. So yeah, probably going to be expecting that. Probably not much differences on prices or anything like that this year. All of that is going to be the same on the MacBook Air. So that'll probably be one of the first things that will be actually announced probably at the event. The next thing that will probably be announced at the event is also the new iPad Air. Now, the iPad Air hasn't been updated in a while, and the last time it got updated was about 2 years ago in 2021, where we got the introduction of the M1 chipset. Now, it's been more than over a year since, say, the iPad Pro came up with the M2 chipset, so it's definitely worth it now that the iPad Air gets introduced to an M2 chipset. It's always just about a year or so behind of the iPad Pro whenever it gets its chip. But something else that we've also been told, if you see in leaks here, is that we've actually been told told that we're probably going to be most likely going to be getting a larger version of the iPad Air. And this will be a 12.9-inch model, very similar design to the 12.9-inch design that we have with the iPad Pro right now. Again, it will have all the full features of what M2 brings us right now. Nothing really else will be changing, just a bigger display, still probably a 60 Hz display panel and everything like that. Nothing else will probably be different, just literally just the chipset underneath will be changing, and probably battery life and everything like that will be the same on definitely the 10.9-inch, but the 12.9-inch do expect probably slightly lower battery life than what we get with, say, a 12.9-inch iPad Pro, because the main reason is it doesn't have that mini LED display, it just has that standard LCD Retina display too. But then there will be the big reveal for this year, and that will be the updated iPad Pro. Now, if you didn't notice already, this design of the iPad Pro that we have here on the 11-inch model has been basically the same design since 2018. There's really been no big updates to the actual design. Yes, we may have had dual cameras introduced, maybe mini LED display introduced to that 12.9-inch version, and also we switched from A chips to M chips inside of it, but nothing really else has changed too much on the actual iPads. But it looks like this time we might be getting a brand new design iPad Pro range completely, especially like if Apple are going to be introducing, say, the 12.9-inch range to the iPad Air, and that's the same design as the current iPad Pro, we're probably going to be getting a new design. And along what comes with that new design is also most likely we're going to be getting an OLED display. So this is a first in an iPad, and we're really excited for this because obviously we've had mini LED and normal LCDs in iPads, but it's going to be an OLED display, Pro Motion up to 220 Hz, what's going to be super awesome, as the leaks are saying right here. And then also at the same time, there has been some other leaks and bits and pieces that we may get a MagSafe port, whether this is MagSafe like how an iPhone works, but I think it's going to probably more work like how a MacBook works right now, where we have a port maybe on the side and also a Thunderbolt port, USB-C port too, still remaining actually on the iPad. Maybe we may get a brand new keyboard, Magic Keyboard and everything like that, but we'll just have to wait and see. But we do know that an updated iPad Pro is on its way, and we're really excited that we're going to see a new design and definitely that OLED display too. Now, something else we may also see at this event, but we haven't heard much about it, is we may get updates to the Mac Mini too. So it's been over a year now since we had any updates to the Mac Mini, so we may be getting M3 and M3 Pro put inside the Mac Mini, but again, don't expect any big design changes or anything. The same form factor design, everything like that. Just an update with an M3 chipset and also the M3 Pro chipset. And that may also be happening at this event. But apart from that, it's unlikely we're going to see any new iPad minis at this point of this event. We might have to wait till summer or even September time. And also with an 11th generation iPad 2, we're going to have to wait out a little bit longer until we actually see that. Probably again, they'll be more at the end of the year. But the main thing to take away from this whole thing, we're going to be getting updates most likely to the MacBook Air with an M3 put inside it, and then also an M3 inside of the new iPad Pros, and then M2s inside of the iPad Airs, and obviously with that iPad Pro 2, a brand new design altogether as well. So it's really exciting stuff happening, and like I said, it's most likely this event is going to be happening around the end of March time. But what I'd love to know from you guys, what are you most excited to see? Put it down in the comments below. And also on that note too, guys, it's time to wrap up this video. So if you have enjoyed watching it, please do press the like button. And also if you want to hear the latest Apple news, reviews and comparisons, please also make sure you subscribe to the channel and also that notification bell. Until next time, guys, I'll see you really soon. Take care. Bye bye.